Hello Internet and welcome back to Bazzle Spot Live on this very Friday. This was, I was planning on really only doing a couple of weeks with this team. So really this was going to, or might be, is maybe, I don't know, whatever, the last video with this team. But, let me know if you do want to see me do some more. I mean, I've only done, 4 videos with this team, so I suppose I could do some more if you want to see it. I don't know. I mean, I'm recording this in the past, so maybe I'll have recorded something else, or something to go next week at this point in time. I don't really know, but either way, please put in your comments if you want to see more of this, if you want to see something else, if you want to see more Battle Spot doubles instead of VGC 17, or what you want to see. But I've had an absolute blast with this team. If this is the last that I'm playing with it. On here at least, I've had a really good time with this, and I think it's actually shown itself to be a decent team. Like, I'm sure I started off a couple, last week, saying that it wasn't really a solid team, and it wasn't really that good. I kind of expected to lose 50% of the games and all the rest of it. Still might lose every game today, but if that happens, so be it. But otherwise, I've had a really good run with it. But this guy is using a QR code team with the whole Whimsicott thing. That's what it's called. I'm thinking on this QR code, is the Arcanine Choice Banded here? I think it might be, which is potentially a problem. If it's Jolly Banded, Mimikyu can survive a Flare Blitz from it. It's Adamant Banded, it's 50-50. Like, literally 50-50. I don't know if this Whimsicott's got Taunt or not. It's probably got Protect and Tailwind, and Nature Power. An Encore? Maybe it hasn't got Taunt then. So, okay. In that case, I'm going to go with Persian and Mimikyu. And I want Torkoal and Lurantis in the back. Let's see how we go. So, like, I am making the assumption that this Whimsicott doesn't have Taunt. It could do. But, I mean, it is a QR code team, so could look it up, I suppose. That's really quick, but it's not good. So, either way, we'll get into it. Like, I'm always really scared to play Whimsicott. Like, there's so many options with it, I suppose. Mind games, like, is this partner going to switch and Nature Power? Is it going to use a Z Crystal? Is it just going to Tailwind? What's it going to do? Which is quite scary for Persian too, really. But he just goes with Arcanine and Tapu Koko. So, does this Arcanine have Roar? I mean, I don't know. I thought that this Arcanine was Choice Banded on this team, because it's very similar, if not the same team, as the one I played in the Mid-Season Showdown last round in Liverpool. And that was a banded Arcanine. That was definitely a banded Arcanine. So if I think it is a banded Arcanine, and one that doesn't have Roar, I can just Parting Shot into it, which is what I'm going to do. Yeah. A Trick Room. Arcanine is a problem for this team. So here's Whimsicott. So, it does have Encore. I do have to keep that in mind. Actually, if I do bring Torkoal in here, I'm going to be powering up its Flare Blitz, aren't I? If it is Adamant... Oh, well, I've still got my my thing intact, haven't I? My disguise, so I can bring in Torkoal here. But there's a chance it's going for Roar here, else he probably would have wanted to attempt to knock me out instead. So maybe it has got Roar, this one. No, he's just Flare Blitzing. Into the Torkoal? Into the Torkoal. It's going to do a decent chunk, actually. Yeah. So I think that is Choice Banded. But we Trick Room now. And I definitely Erupt, but I do need to switch Mimikyu here. Interesting that Mimikyu has actually still got its disguise intact. This normally doesn't happen. So I'm definitely Erupting. He has got Finny and Garchomp to take eruptions. So Do I put Lurantis in here? Or is that a little bit risky? Because he could just Flare Blitz into the Mimikyu. I'm going to put Lurantis in. Don't think he will, because I think in his head he just needs to Encore my Mimikyu and it's dealt with. He might switch his Arcanine, he might just Flare Blitz into thingy. Actually, he's going for that. Yeah, so he's knocking my Torkoal out here. Yeah, so I completely forgot about that. And that's why I hate playing against Whimsicott. I really hate this. Oh well, we've finally showed a loss, haven't we? Finally had a loss. I haven't lost off camera or anything. So Torkoal's going down, and he's just going to Flare Blitz into my Lurantis, isn't he? Yeah, because he's locked into it. So this has gone as bad as possibly can be. But I don't think there's anything that I could really do to stop that either. I had Torkoal in, I had Mimikyu in, I was threatened by the Encore. Like I haven't got a Tapu Lele to switch in here. Yeah, to stop that. Yeah, I mean this is actually the first time I have played a Nature Power Whimsicott with this team, and the next time I play one, I will definitely keep in mind that its attack's a priority. So yeah, completely forgot about that this time. So that's unfortunate, but it does mean I can forfeit quite quickly, and we'll just get into another game, and we'll try and do 2 more from now and get the points back. Not that the points are really that important, but the game's over at this point. There's no point in carrying on. Yeah, so that's frustrating. I don't have any Tapu Pokemon on this team, so I can't alter the terrain at all. So there's no way that I can stop Whimsicott from using Nature Power, even in Trick Room, or Z Nature Power, whatever. Which is a problem, actually, thinking about it. Okay. So there we go. We've discovered one of the bigger problems for this team. I suppose. I mean, I've done a bit of testing with it on Showdown a little while ago. Found Gigalith really to be the biggest problem for this team, but I haven't played a Nature Power Whimsicott yet. So I suppose we're in a way still in the testing phase for this team. So yeah, I mean, there's no way that could have stopped that, is there? Like, really no way at all. Aside from protecting, obviously. But then he can just do the same thing the next turn as well. But, we found Floppy VGC with with another Whimsicott, which looks like Nature Power as well. So this is not good. This is really not good. Alright then. So I'm going to go Mimikyu and Metagross this time, with Lurantis and Torkoal in the back. Locking in. I'm getting straight in there. This isn't a QR team, so he's obviously got his own spreads and whatever. He could have Taunt on Whimsicott. This could be a very quick, very bad game for us as well, to be completely honest. But we'll see what we can do. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Yeah, this is like, I don't know. Where have all the Nature Power Whimsicotts been while I've been playing with this team? I've been hiding away somewhere. So, oh well, like I was saying, after the videos last week and Monday this week, we had a really good showing with this team. Didn't lose any games, very surprisingly. And now here we are. Here's all of the losses. But you know what? It's not that bad, is it really? So the reason why I led with Metagross here is because I saw Arcanine and I thought that could potentially have Raw. So a bit like in my Sheffield team, I'm putting him in a position now where basically either he knocks out my Metagross and I get Trick Room, or he knocks out my Mimikyu, or maybe he can't even knock out my Mimikyu, can he? Like if he roars, he's getting exploded on. So like he kind of has to target my Metagross here, which does give me Trick Room. But he's going for the Volt Switch into Mimikyu, so maybe he thinks he can knock out. Maybe he's got Inferno Overdrive. Maybe he is Choice Banded and Adamant as well. I don't know, we'll soon see. But something's gonna, like if it's not targeting my Metagross, something's getting exploded. Something is going to get exploded on here. Or just anyway, because my Metagross is faster. So hopefully this knocks the Arcanine out. It's going to do a good chunk to the Mudsdale as well. Yeah, that's definitely a good chunk to the Mudsdale. And because of how slow Torkoal is, I can actually just bring that in very safely now. He didn't have any Gigalith or anything like that on the team, did he? Okay, so will an Eruption still knock out the Mudsdale from there? It might not, actually. Put Torkoal in. I'm going to do a little cheeky calculation here, because I've got Solar Beam as well. Torkoal on Mudsdale. With no Assault Vest. Okay, so Solar Beam does, what, 60% minimum it says. And that looks like it's in range. Does look like it's in range. An Eruption actually does a bit more. Okay. Alright then. Forget about Solar Beam then. So Mimikyu isn't really doing anything here, is it? So I'm going to switch into Lurantis. And my calculation says Eruption knocks Mudsdale out. So let's see if it does. This is just on like 252 Mudsdale. Could have some special defense in it. Yeah, it does knock it out. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got Lurantis in against Finny as well, which is nice. Muddy Water. Accuracy drops are always horrible. Like, I really hate Muddy Water. Ooh, or accuracy rises. Well, there we go. We've got a very on-point Lurantis now. That Muddy Water did a lot of damage, especially considering that we are in Sun. So that might be a Choice Specs type of Finny. He is down to his last two Pokemon. And we've got plenty of Trick Room turns left as well. I've got Mimikyu in the back, haven't I? Yeah. So I think I'm just going to, like, that did a lot of damage. So I think that probably is Choice Specs. So I don't even have to use my Z move. I'm just going to go for a Solar Blade, just because I want to see the animation, to be honest, into his Tapu Fini, and just Flamethrower into the Tapu Koko. And I think we've got the game. Yeah, no Protect's coming out. Flamethrower might even just one-shot the Tapu Koko as well. Or not. That has to be Assault Vested then. And Solar Blade. What a cool animation. Look at that. Bang. And the Tapu Fini was gone this time. So, okay, two Whimsicotts. Actually, we didn't see Whimsicott in this game, did we? But, yeah. Wow. What a couple of games. I mean, we'll do another one because we're only at 40 minutes. I can't use a Z move in the air, can I? I'm going to try it, just to test the mechanic out. So I'm going to try and Bloom Dim it in the air, but I'm sure it's not going to work. And it doesn't matter what Torkoal does, he does it. Yeah, we've still got another turn of Trick Room left, so we can just do whatever. Got plenty of PP. So Flamethrower, and yeah, he just Sky Drops. Yep. And because that looked like it was Assault Vest, I don't think it can protect. So you know what, I'm going to go for a Solar Blade into it, and a Solar Beam. That'd be nice, won't it? A lovely solar ending to this Tapu Koko. A sun-powered demise. So Solar Beam. Yep, nice little chunk there. Solar Blade. I'm glad. I hope my opponent appreciates this. You know, such an artistic way of finishing the game. Solar Beam and Solar Blade, which definitely knocks it out, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I love seeing that animation. Like, it's just one of those moves that you never see. Like, as a VGC player, like, you know, maybe you'd see if you were like playing through the game and I mean, you wouldn't even use it if you're playing through the game, would you? Because you know you're not going to have the sun up all the time, are you? So it's just one of those moves that you never see used. Solar Blade, and to see it out, it's got such a cool animation. But yeah, we're only 15 minutes, and it is Friday, so we will do one more battle. Hopefully, we're not going to find a Whimsicott. Let's put some music on. Which one do we want? Does it really matter? Not really. Whatever. Let's have that one. As we find Ricardo from Texas in the United States of America. This guy's got a Gigalith though, so this has been the day of worst matchups for us. But I don't know, maybe this isn't too bad, because Persian actually does a lot of work here. Like, his team is really Trick Room oriented as well, like mine. So Persian outspeeds anything. He's got 2 Trick Room setters. Torkoal is the slowest thing in Trick Room here. Then Gigalith. And Slowbro. And then Mimikyu and Marowak speed tie. Potentially, if he is minimum speed. And then Lurantis. Alright. Oh, completely missed Snorlax out there, didn't I? Actually, Snorlax could do some work here. In fact, Snorlax will do some work here. Yeah. Snorlax. I think you're going to do some work. Yeah, I'm going to go Persian Snorlax. With... I think Lurantis is good here. But I think I want Mimikyu as well. So, no Torkoal here. In fact, how do I beat the Celesteela now? So, I've got Persian, I've got Snorlax, which hopefully is going to get some boosts. Lurantis, and... what did I bring? Something else that can't hit Celesteela. Persian, Snorlax, Lurantis, and Mimikyu, wasn't it? Yeah, so... his Celesteela, which he has brought, is going to be a problem. Alright. Slowbro, do you think it would Scald? Because a Scald Burn would be really nasty for us. Because this Snorlax, actually, as funny as it sounds, this Snorlax is really the only way I'm going to be able to touch that Celesteela. So I'm going to fake out one of these. And Belly Drum. And I think I'm going to fake out the Celesteela and Belly Drum. And hope he doesn't Scald Burn me. I don't think he'll Trick Room here. Yeah, he's withdrawing his Celesteela. Hariyama coming in, actually. So maybe he's not going to Trick Room. So maybe he is going for a Scald Burn. Which would be very bad for us. I mean, Scald without the burn is not a problem. Okay, so not a problem. But he's going to have multiple chances to try and burn us. Alright, so is he going to go for a fake out here? If he goes for a fake out, he's not going for a close combat. And close combat would be bad. If he Trick Rooms, that's fine. I think I'm actually just going to go for a quash frustration into the Hariyama. Because if he goes for a fake out, fair enough. Slowbro, worst case scenario, he Scald Burns me, 30%. If he does just go straight for close combat here, which he could do, I'm actually getting a knockout. So I'm going to quash the Hariyama and frustration. If he does fake out, this could look quite ugly if he fake outs the Snorlax. But he's not, and we're knocking out his Snorlax. Unless he burns me. But even then, I'm going to be essentially a +2. So it probably won't knock him out, actually, but... oh, he burns me. He burnt me. And he survives. Yeah. So Snorlax goes down. So now I can't really touch the Celesteela. So if we didn't get burnt there, we would still have Snorlax. He would have lost his Hariyama. And I think I would have really just won the game from there. I would have just plowed through him. But unfortunately, we have to try and play around this now. So what do we do here then? Do I go to Mimikyu or do I go into Lurantis? Yeah, the Celesteela is going to be the issue, isn't it? I'm going to go into Lurantis. The Slowbro might want to protect here because it is threatened by a grass Pokemon. I mean, I kind of have to foul play into the Hariyama, don't I? I mean, it's burn. I mean, if he switches in, I mean, nothing's going to appreciate a foul play, so I am going to do that, and I'm going to I'm just going to Bloom Doom into the Slowbro. Slowbro, it probably doesn't have Protect, but he's probably going to switch it into Marowak, or maybe even the Celesteela. Hariyama goes down. This might be Celesteela coming in now. It is. Okay, so it's going to take some foul play damage, which is nice. His Slowbro does Protect, actually. Wow. I didn't think it would have Protect. So it'll have Trick Room, Protect, Scold, and Psychic Attack, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, really didn't expect Slowbro to have Scold, to have Protect. But, you know, we're going to be doing, you know, maybe about 30% or so through the Protect here, which is nice. But this is going to be a really, really uphill battle. With only our Mimikyu in the back. Yeah, it does have a decent chunk. So I guess I mean, it's just going to Leech Seed and do a lot, isn't he? And there's not really anything we can do to stop that. We haven't got Taunt on this Persian. Air Slash? Ooh. I mean, we'll survive this. Just. And we flinch. And this looks like Shattered Psychic. So it looks like Psychic is his last move then. Assuming he does have Trick Room, which oh. So he does have Trick Room. Maybe he's got, I don't know, what can he abuse the accuracy with? Doesn't get Hypnosis, does it? Maybe he's just got Hydro Pump. No, he won't have that with Scold. Why would he have Zed Trick Room then? Who knows? Alright, well that flinch is maybe the nail in the coffin, because he would have lost his Slowbro there. He's got his Hariyama in the back as well. Yeah, the Hariyama in Trick Room now is a problem. We have still got Mimikyu. I'm going to foul play again into the Celesteela because I have to. And I'm going to switch Lurantis into Mimikyu. So yeah, that Air Slash flinch is actually really annoying. And him having Protect on Slowbro as well, I find very curious too. So he does have Flamethrower. Maybe that's an Assault Vested Celesteela, and he burns my Mimikyu with Flamethrower too. Ah. Oh. Well, the RNG has not been very kind to us in this game, has it? No, it certainly hasn't. So I'll try and foul play the Celesteela again. And I'll try and Shadow Claw the Slowbro, I suppose. Maybe I can hope for critical hits. If he burns my Persian with a Scald as well, then I won't be able to knock the Celesteela out. But again, like, nothing wants to switch in on the foul play. So please don't burn me. Okay, no burn that time. I mean, it could just be, you know, heavy slamming, whatever. Flash cannon into the... So it's a special one. Oh, into the Persian. Okay. So the Celesteela has gone down. That is a minor victory for us. Critical hit might have been handy a few turns ago. Just, I don't know, if some of this bad luck hadn't happened, I feel like we would have had a good chance at this. Because we know he's got his Hariyama. This is just in one hit range. And Lurantis is not going to be able to knock out Gigalith in one hit. Yeah, because it's on such low HP. That is a shame. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing that we can do here, is there? Mimikyu might survive a turn, but what does it do? Reverses the Trick Room. If I put Lurantis in, it's just going to Rock Slide, and it'll just knock me out. So hope for a Rock Slide miss, maybe? So Gigalith goes actually for a Heavy Slam. Okay, so and a Scald plus Sand will knock out the Lurantis here as well. So this has actually been a really frustrating game. Yeah, we do survive, but the Sand. Oh, and a burn just to rub it in that little bit more. Okay, so well, you know, nice to see you, Lurantis. Here's a charm for you, but no, yeah, there was no way that we could win from that. I mean, if like I was saying, without the air slash flinch, the Slowbro would have gone, and I really feel like we would have won. I mean, if he didn't burn, I mean, I suppose he did have 2 chances, but if he didn't burn the Snorlax at the very beginning, I do feel like we would have won this game as well. So, yeah, we've been unlucky in this game, but it happens sometimes, doesn't it? So, I am tempted to do one more game just to really, finish this off. Maybe on a high note. I mean, if we lose the last game, then it's fair enough. If we lose clean, then it's fair enough. But this is such a muddy game, this one. The opponent did get very lucky there, so I don't think we want to leave it on that note, do we? We want to go into our Friday evenings / afternoons / Saturday mornings, wherever you're watching this, with a nice spring in our step, thinking, oh, that episode of Bazzle Spot Live was fantastic, wasn't it? Look how well he did with Lurantis and all of those other Pokemon on his team. So we'll try and search for another battle. I know that this is going to be a bit of a long one, but if it is the last one, then, why not? So, one more time. Let's see what we can do. I mean, that's just Pokemon, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I mean, the annoying thing is when stuff like that happens in an important tournament, where, like, okay, it's like a reasonable matchup. Like, I felt like I had a decent matchup in that game, but there was just these things that, I don't know. Maybe the plan could have been better. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I relied on Snorlax too much. Maybe I didn't want Lurantis. Maybe I wanted the Tokol instead. But maybe then the Gigalith might have been a bit more of a problem for us. But I don't know. Like the burn on the Snorlax, the flinch, the burn on the Mimikyu didn't really do anything, I don't think. But yeah, the flinch and the burn, those were the nasty ones. I mean, really, without the burn on Snorlax, I really do think I would have just plowed through that game because it would have been faster than Gigalith. I would have been able to, one-shot the Snorlax with frustration. Because it was a special. Celesteela, it wouldn't really do anything to Snorlax. Maybe a flame for a burn. Maybe you would have had to have fished for that. But the Hariyama was on little, I think, at that point. So, you know, just a foul play from Persian would have finished that off too. But yeah, you know, whatever. Let's not dwell on it. We have had a very good run with this team, actually. I'm still very impressed with how well the team has done. Today has been, I mean, this is only the 4th video that I've done with this team, isn't it? So maybe it's not that much of an impressive one. And we are still at the relative, you know, lower end of the ladder as well. Mid 16, you know, is not too high, I suppose. So, you know, it's tough to say how good the team actually is. But I mean, we have had a good run with it. Today is the first video where we actually have lost some games. But let's see. One more game. Like, I promise this is going to be the last game. So, you know, whatever happens, it's over after this. But he's got a Trevenant, which is lovely to see. Okay. He's got 2 ghosts as well. Okay. I think he might lead with MUK and Marowak. Either MUK and Marowak or MUK and Coco. I think MUK is his lead. Or maybe, I don't know, MUK and Marowak. They're the 2 that I'm fearing most as a lead, I guess. So we'll go Persian, Mimikyu. I do want Torkoal in this one because he's got lots of things that Torkoal wants to hit. And we'll go with Lurantis too. Snorlax could be good here. Snorlax actually could be very good here. But I do kind of want to use Lurantis again. I'll go with Snorlax. I want to try and win this one. I mean, Lurantis would be good for the Politoed. I mean, it's good for... It was okay. It's just that he has got the MUK. And the Arcanine... Not the Arcanine. The Marowak as well. And those 2 did give me enough warranting to make me want Snorlax, I guess. But... Okay, MUK and Gyarados. Both of these can have Taunt. Both of these definitely can have Taunt. Gyarados... I mean, Gyarados won't be going for a Sky Strike or whatever. Because I still got my Disguise. MUK really could have Taunt. It could have Curse as well. So, I think a parting shot here, but a parting shot into the MUK, and I think I will go for a Trick Room here. Both of these, one of them is bound to have Taunt on it, isn't it? So no Protect from either. Didn't expect any Protect. I think I'm going to put Snorlax in. If he goes for a knockoff into what was the Persian slot, then good for him. I don't think he will, but he could do. So there is a Taunt. And a knockoff into what was the Persian. Okay. Well, this is going well, isn't it? Alright, this is going terribly. Is he going to double into the Snorlax here? Let's put Persian back in. So losing the berry there is actually really nasty. Really bad for us. It does mean that his knockoff in the future is going to be doing very little to Snorlax. But Poison Jab Oh, it's actually got Dragon Dance. Now that is bad, because Persian's not faster anymore. That is very bad. And he goes for a knockoff into what was the Mimikyu. So I'm losing all of my items here. Alright. Alright. I see what's going on here. He could very easily just protect the Gyarados here. Yeah, this is going very, very badly, isn't it? Should have just called it a day at the last one, I think. Goodbye. Just cut this off now. I mean, it's nice to see some losses, I suppose, because like it really has been a bit too flattering for this team, I think. So MUK withdraws into Politoed. Well, that's all right, because I'm bringing my son in here, because I'm thinking maybe he's going to go for a the water attack, the Hydro Vortex into the Persian here. So I want to try and stop this and try and knock him out with the foul play, because he's a +1 now. Yeah, but he does protect, yeah. Kind of to be expected. But at least we've got the sun now. So we're definitely going to foul play the Gyarados now. The Politoed's probably going to withdraw as well. So I'll put Snorlax back in. I mean, if this foul play doesn't knock the Gyarados out, then I think it might just be game over, and I don't think it will knock it out. So what actually did go wrong here? He had Taunt on Gyarados. It was Gyarados that taunted, wasn't it? Yeah, because he went for a knockoff with his MUK. So he's got Taunt and Dragon Dance. Yeah, so it is the MUK coming back in again. Taunt and Dragon Dance and Protect. It has to be Waterfall then. So that is his only way to attack with Waterfall. It's Hydro Vortex. So I'm hoping that Persian survives this. We haven't got a berry anymore, unfortunately. This is in the sun, but he is a +1. I think Persian will survive this. I need it to survive this. Yeah, Persian definitely survives this. So, foul play. Please knock it out. Nah, not quite. Alright then, so is his Politoed going to come back in again? Because he could protect, expecting me to bring in Torkoal now. But he could just bring in Politoed and Waterfall the Persian. I'm not going to bring in Politoed this Torkoal this turn. I'm going to try and double into the Gyarados. Because I think he might, like, as funny as this sounds, I think the Gyarados might protect. So I'm going to double into it. If I was making this call, I should have just doubled into the Politoed. But no. Okay, so Persian is definitely going to take this. Oh, but it flinches. So is he, what, doubling into Persian here? Yeah, so, you know, his Gyarados has gone down now. I mean, the only thing that would have been different without that flinch is we would have had this frustration onto the MUK instead. So the Gyarados has gone down at least. So we can trick him now. And he's got Power of Alchemy. Okay, well that's not Gluttony then, that's interesting. Have not seen a Power of Alchemy MUK since London. So now I can put Mimikyu in, and now I can attempt to try and trick through him. I don't think he'll bring his Politoed in here. No, he isn't. Does his Trevenant Trick Room, expecting my Trick Room? It might do. Or does he just double into the Snorlax? I'm going to play this a little bit safe. I'm going to protect the Snorlax and try and Trick Room. If he calls this and Trick Rooms himself, good for him. But the worst case is he poisons my Mimikyu. Oh, good. Ooh, okay. Okay, well that works for us. That definitely works. So we're getting Trick Room off now. But he has got Will-O-Wisp, which is annoying. And we need our Torkoal to hit that Trevenant. We have got Shadow Ball, but it's going to be doing nothing. Oh, Shadow Claw, rather. But it'll be doing nothing. I think I Belly Drum here and Charm the MUK. I'm going to get burnt. Snorlax is going to get burnt. But at least I'm threatening at +6 burnt more than I am now, because I am intimidated now. And I'm charming the MUK because that's the only thing that actually does threaten Snorlax too much, like in any real way. I suppose Horn Leech would do a decent amount to Snorlax. But because he has knocked off my berry already, knockoff's not going to do much. Gunk Shot is the one that is going to do damage here, so that's why I'm charming. If he poisons me, then that would be bad. So this is like a last hurrah sort of move, really. So he's gone for a knockoff into the Mimikyu. So we've lost our Iron Ball now. And he's Will-O-Wisping into the Mimikyu. Okay. Alright, okay. MUK. Have we seen Protect on MUK? Knockoff, Gunk Shot. It has to have Protect, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, it's got Protect. So the MUK protects here. So I protect my Snorlax here. As he tries to burn my Snorlax. And so I swap Mimikyu into Torkoal so that I can threaten the Trevenant next turn. But then next turn I've got to worry about Politoed coming back in and all the rest of it too. So I think the Trevenant is going to win this game for him, but for how bad it started, and it did start very bad, at least we're turning this into a bit of a game. Yeah, so MUK does protect. So it's probably trying to burn my Snorlax here. Oh, it just Wood Hammers into the Snorlax. Okay. Well, that's fair enough too. But now MUK surely goes into Politoed, doesn't it? So a high horsepower into the Trevenant and Erupt. If he doesn't bring Politoed in, Eruption goes first and hopefully knocks Trevenant out. If Politoed does come in, then hopefully an Eruption and a high horsepower will knock the Trevenant out. Yeah, this has turned into a very interesting game now. I mean, Politoed surely comes in for the MUK. Yeah, it does. If Trevenant has Protect as well, then that would be bad. But I don't think it would Protect here, even if it does have Protect. Whenever I've used Trevenant, I've not had space for Protect. Yeah, no Protect here. So does the combination of these attacks knock Trevenant out? Not if he's got a Citrus Berry. High horsepower, +6. Knocks it out. Wow, okay, good. So the Trevenant's gone. So now the next important thing is going to be how many Trick Room turns we've got left. So I don't think Mimikyu is going to be able to get it up again. And this is the last turn of Trick Room. Well, my Torkoal withdrawing is very obvious. But my Snorlax needs to attack one of these Pokemon. We haven't seen this Politoed do anything, have we? It's not going to be Scarfed, though, is it, on a team like this? So I'm just going to go for a Frustration into the MUK and bring my Mimikyu back in. I'm hoping he double protects, but ideally I'm hoping his MUK doesn't protect, but it will do. Yeah, it does. If Politoed doesn't protect here, I'm not going to be happy. Yeah, it does. Okay, that's fair enough. I will accept that. But now, can I get Trick Room up again? I don't think so. We've lost to this, guys. Can a Scold and Gunk Shot knock Mimikyu out? I can't switch Snorlax because that's the only way I've got to do damage here. Really. But he needs to double into the Mimikyu to knock it out. So do I just attack here? Do I just attack here? If I get Trick Room up, can Torkoal win from here? Because it's not Berry. So I'm going to go for a Frustration into the MUK. And I'm going to try and Trick Room. I'm not going to protect my Snorlax here. So Scald into the Mimikyu. And a Burn, which doesn't really matter. And a Gunk Shot into the Snorlax. Okay. Well, we were halfway there. So that's frustrating because if we had protected Snorlax, we would have won the game here. Well, it would have been a 50-50, I suppose, as to which one. No, it wouldn't have been, because I could have just gone for a return into the MUK and brought in Mimikyu for Torkoal and reduced Scald damage with the Sun. So, yeah. Interesting that he didn't go all in on that, I suppose. But, you know what, it doesn't really matter, does it? Alright, so I'm going to Solar Beam into the Politoed and try and charm this MUK. We've lost our Iron Ball, though, so this MUK is going to get, like, a knockoff. Or not, because it's protecting. So we're Solar Beaming the right target here. This is being a long episode. This is a long battle, this one. Like, this is going to do a chunk, but yeah, it's not going to knock it out. And a Scald into the Torkoal, obviously. Oh, which does a bit too much. A bit too much for comfort there. Will another Solar Beam knock the Politoed out? I don't think it will. How many turns to Trick Room? We've got 3 turns to Trick Room left. So I think I'm going to actually protect Torkoal here. And go for a Shadow Claw into... if that was in Solar Beam range, I'd be really happy. Now, I'm just going to charm the MUK here. My Mimikyu might be slower than the Politoed. Yeah, so Politoed does protect that turn. So we made the right call this turn. And it's a knockoff into the Torkoal. So it's now halved, its attack. Like, I don't think I can win this game, but it's interesting to see how close we can make it. This burn on Mimikyu actually might have been very significant. But now we'll Solar Beam into the Politoed and try and play rough into it as well, because at this point, 10% accuracy, you know, if Solar Beam does knock the Politoed out, I would much rather be play rough in the MUK, but potentially get an attack drop as well. And I'd rather those odds than 10% chance of missing at this point. So we'll Solar Beam. So depending on the speed of this Politoed, my Mimikyu might be faster in Trick Room. I've lost the Iron Ball, so, you know, we'll see, won't we? Solar Beam actually does knock the Politoed out. Okay. Well, this has got interesting then. Oh, he's got a Power of Alchemy! No! Oh. The power of MUK. The power of one. The power of one. It's an Arctic, that, isn't it? Alright, well, this is going to be a very slow, drawn-out ending to the game. We can't reactivate the Sun anyhow. This is the last turn of Trick Room. So, what percentage health though? Yeah, I'll try Flamethrower just because that has got a burn chance. We'll try and Flamethrower and try and Charm because Mimikyu is doing nothing otherwise. So please burn. Be nice to get some little bit of justice. Gunk Shot. Oh, not even a Gunk Shot miss. Okay, so this MUK is this is a long episode. Very long episode. So now just Flamethrower again and try and Trick Room again. I don't think he'll protect. Yeah, he's just attacking here. Yeah, he doesn't want Trick Room going back up again, so that's that. So now we'll Flamethrower. Hope for a burn. No burns. I mean, he is at -4 attack. So now I'm going to protect, because now I need to try and stall out this rain, so that my Flamethrowers do a little bit more damage. Gunk Shot. I don't know, this has been a really fascinating game. Like, I'm glad that, you know, I didn't just, when, not that I would, when things were looking bad at the beginning of this game. But yeah, I don't think I've won this. Look, it's not going to do much damage. That actually does very little damage. Ooh, maybe there's a chance. I mean, I think it might just come down to Gunk Shot poisons. Okay, rain stopped, so I don't have to stall this out anymore. So I can just keep Flamethrowing now. Gunk Shot, please miss a Gunk Shot every once in a while. Please don't poison me. Oh, he's poisoned. Of course he's poisoned me. Well, there we go. So not only does he hit his Gunk Shot, he poisons me. And that essentially wins him the game. Oh, well, we get a burn there. And he has got a berry. Even though his Power of Alchemy, he has got a 50% berry. So after all of that, I don't think it really mattered. Now we can just protect and do all the rest of it too. So, I mean, very, very close game. Very interesting game to finish on too. Well, he's just going to protect now. There's no reason for him not to. Yeah. So, I don't know. If he didn't poison me with that Gunk Shot, I mean, he would have eventually hit me and poisoned me with a Gunk Shot, but because he hit me and poisoned me on the first try with his Gunk Shot, that's pretty much given him the game. I could have won this game, even though he had the 50% berry there. If he didn't poison me after a few times, I think I would have won this game, but, you know, he's doing pitiful damage, but it's just his poison that is going to win it for him, basically. So, yeah. Torkoal. Yeah, I mean, look, I needed, what, one more Flamethrower, two more Flamethrowers on the MUK there. Without that poison, you know, whatever. So, I guess in this, I mean, it was this episode, wasn't it, where we had that Celesteela that flinched with Air Slash and all the rest of it. That was the first game, I think, wasn't it? So, maybe we've been a little bit unlucky in this episode. But you know what, it does not really matter, to be completely honest, does it? I've had a lot of fun with this team, and I hope you've had a lot of fun watching me play with this team as well. This is a very long episode, so thank you for sticking with me if you're still watching this. Please like if you've liked this video. Please comment, you know, if you do want to see more of this, or if there's anything else you want to see as well. But yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. Please do. So thank you very much, and goodbye for now.